Not long ago, if someone said Formula One would race in places it had never even considered before, it might have sounded far-fetched, but now, things are moving fast. 2 new circuits are almost ready to join the calendar, possibly as soon as 2027. Kajiya, a massive construction undertaking, is nearly complete, and Karmami just reached a major milestone by receiving FIA's Grade 1 certification. This could mean big changes are coming to the race calendar sooner than expected. If that happens, one obvious question arises: which current tracks could lose their place to make room for the newcomers? The shift in direction for Formula One over the last few years has been obvious. The sport is targeting fresh markets and modern circuits that break away from what's considered traditional. A good example, take a closer look at the Kadia project. The buzz surrounding it isn't just media hype, it's driven by something truly different in the works. This track isn't just another layout slapped onto a flat landscape. It's being built to include a first corner that stands 20 stories tall and plunges by over 100 meters right over a music venue. That's a first for F1. The man overseeing this ambitious blueprint, F1’s, has made it clear this circuit will be more than just another race location. It's designed to combine motorsport with high-energy live entertainment in a way no one's seen before. McLaren's Lando Norris, for one, is clearly impressed. After watching a preview, he called the design crazy and praised Saudi Arabia for trying something bold. According to him, too many venues are too plain or too quiet to attract a wider audience. He believes Kadia is trying to change that by turning race weekends into exciting experiences that go beyond just cars on track. From the start, Kadia set a clear target: become a leader in both racing performance and fan engagement. Judging by the progress so far, they're well on track to achieve just that. Even the Saudi prince, Khalid bin Sultan Al Faisal, couldn't hide his excitement when speaking about how quickly the Kadia project has progressed. In one of his recent comments, he mentioned that construction is on track to finish by 2027. However, he also pointed out that other developments surrounding the site could influence when exactly the race will take place. In massive undertakings like this, delays aren't unusual, but he was clear they're not in a rush to switch away from Jeddah just yet. So, where does that leave the existing Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? As it stands, Jeddah hosts the race, but it's becoming more evident that its days might be numbered. Once Kadia is complete, it's highly doubtful that 2 races in the same country during the same season will be part of Formula One's plans. A rotating schedule between the 2 tracks might be an option, but considering how impressive Kadia's vision is, the long-term goal seems obviously eventually making it the permanent home. Still, the prince wasn't quick to rule out the idea of sharing. He said it's too early to confirm anything. For now, the focus remains on enjoying the final few years in Jeddah, while keeping an eye on Kadia's progress. Once the new venue is ready, decisions will be made about what comes next. But for now, no official plans have been locked in. At the same time, there are other countries trying to secure a place on the F1 calendar. Thailand, for instance, has approved a major investment around $1.2 billion to build a new racing circuit. This move signals serious intent to host an F1 race in the coming years. On another front, South Africa's Karmami circuit has just cleared a major hurdle. It's now officially FIA Grade 1 certified, making it eligible to host a Formula 1 race. So, what exactly does a Grade 1 rating mean? Previously, Karmami was rated as Grade 2, which disqualified it from being a venue for F1. Now, after significant upgrades to safety features like barriers, fencing, curbs, and runoff zones, the track meets the required standards. Interestingly, the layout itself hasn't changed, and that's a good sign. It means the original design was already strong enough to support top-level racing, and only the safety infrastructure needed work. The person behind Karmami's revival, Toby Venta, believes this is a major breakthrough, not just for his circuit, but for the entire African motorsport community. He spoke with great pride, saying that when they took over the track back in 2014, their goal wasn't just to fix it up. They wanted to turn it into a world-class location that would inspire a new generation of motorsport fans across the continent. Now, with the FIA's recognition, that dream is starting to look more like a reality. Still, things aren't entirely straightforward. There are ongoing political issues within South Africa that could pose challenges. Internal tensions and uncertainties often raise concerns when organizing large-scale global events. And while Karmami has made significant progress, other cities are throwing their hats into the ring. Cape Town, for example, is also in the running to host a race. Backed by different investors, this effort is gaining momentum and creating competition within the same country. And South Africa isn't the only nation from the continent making moves. Rwanda, an emerging economic powerhouse, has stepped forward with its own ambitions to hold an F1 race. With strong growth and a focus on global recognition, they're making a serious case. In fact, F1's top official, Stefano Domenicali, recently shared his enthusiasm about potentially bringing the event to Rwanda. So, even though Karmami has the technical green light, it's not the only player in this race. But Karmami does have one significant advantage: a high-profile supporter in Lewis Hamilton. The 7-time world champion has openly stated that bringing Formula One back to South Africa is something deeply meaningful to him. He sees it as more than just a race. For him, it's personal. Hamilton has gone as far as saying he's working behind the scenes to make it happen. He's been persistent, saying that he's not planning to retire until he sees South Africa back on the calendar. He even added that racing in South Africa would be a dream come true, and he's committed to staying in the sport long enough to help make it happen. His influence, both as a veteran driver and as someone deeply respected within the paddock, could be the push. The Nami bid needs to stand out from the rest. Now comes the pressing question: what happens to the current F1 calendar? If these new venues move forward, the reality is hard to ignore. Drivers and staff have made it clear that 24 races in a year are already pushing the limits. Even now, many are feeling the effects of the constant travel, time zone changes, and packed schedules. The physical and mental toll is building up across the paddock. With that in mind, it's obvious that if new tracks enter the scene, some of the existing ones will need to step aside. One such example is Imola, which has already been removed. Next in line, many believe Barcelona's days might be numbered, especially with Madrid preparing a new circuit that could overshadow it. The tension around this decision is rising. The Spanish Grand Prix is handed over to Madrid. It could lead to a situation similar to what happened with Spa in Belgium. That iconic race is set to be skipped in certain years to make space for fresh additions. According to current arrangements, Spa will sit out in 2028 and 2030. This kind of alternating pattern could become more common as F1 tries to make room without overloading the calendar. It's a difficult balance, keeping tradition alive while chasing growth and profit. Governments, fans, and drivers all have opinions, but at the end of the day, what matters most to the decision makers is the financial impact and long-term opportunities. The new markets offer massive potential through sponsorships, broadcasting, and tourism. And with countries like Thailand, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, and even South Korea pouring in investments, it's hard to ignore the shift. So yes, some beloved tracks may fade from the spotlight, at least temporarily. But one thing is certain: Formula One is entering a new phase. A phase where money, media, and marketability could hold more sway than legacy and history. What's your take on this? Do you think this expansion is good for the future of the sport, or is it leaving behind what made F1 special in the first place? And if only one track could stay, Barcelona, Carmami, or a brand new venue, what would your choice be? Let us know what you think. Your opinion might just be louder than you believe.